Hello, and on the latest episode of Real Reviews, this week we lift off. Now, the story, of course, follows a master thief and her ex boyfriend who team up to steal $100 million in gold bullion being transported on a 777 passenger flight. Now, of course, this film is a heist comedy directed by F. Gary Gray and stars Kevin Hart, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Vincent D'Onofrio, Ursula Corbero, Billy Magnuson, Jacob Batalon, Jean Reno, and Sam Worthington. Now, this story, of course, follows a crew led by Cyrus, played by Kevin Hart. And these are guys, apparently, when you watch the film, it's a crew of folks who work together and they are pretty smart. They're very detailed. And it is, on the surface, a typical heist film until they figure out that there is a score that they want to take down. And it's a very different twist because it's a heist film that takes place in the air as they try to pretty much take a bunch of money off of a moving plane. So that I think is the highlight because that's different from what we would consider a regular heist film. I think that the cast in this film, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, who people may remember from Beyond the Lights or Belle, Vincent D'Onofrio, who's done films like A Full Metal Jacket. He's in The Godfather Harlem, acclaimed actors. The rest of the cast are, you can sort of take them or leave them in mixed parts. Now, the film is watchable, but it reminds me of, you having something to eat that feels good. And then about an hour later, you're like wondering like, oh yeah, I did eat that. It also doesn't help that this film is being released a week after another film, which was a heist film, an offshoot of the Money Heist series called Berlin Money Heist, which is another heist film that they may not steal as much as Kevin Hart and his crew steal in Lift, but it also is more of a concise heist film that I think works a little better than Lift does. Lift gives you a story, but it's kind of heist light, which is probably the best way to say it. I mean, as I said, I think it's a watchable film. The thing that's wonderful about Netflix is that Netflix gives you thousands of choices. And if you stumble upon Lift, it's not as if Lift is a bad movie, but Lift is what it is. It's the sum of its parts, led by Kevin Hart in this film. Gugu and D'Onofrio do the best they can. I'd give this film a C plus. Like I said, I found it to be a little light in the details. F. Gary Gray, who's done films like The Italian Job and several other films, does as much as he can with the material. It's a film that's international. It looks good. It's glossy, but it's the sum of its parts, man. It's it's heist light, and that's kind of how I would leave it. Maybe you'll enjoy it a little more than I did. You, as I like to say at the end of every episode, you guys be the judge. Until next time, I'm Tim Gordon, and we'll see you guys on the other side. You take care.